I think those were really good wins. Adams and Highlands are never easy places to play, and I think if you asked either one of them, it almost felt like we didn't sweep them, that it was a battle. It felt like, we lost a set or whatever, but anytime you can go to Adams and Highlands to get a 3-0, 3-0, it's a good road trip. I think we're really looking forward to this week. Obviously, we lost to Metro. We beat Christian. Both really good teams. I think Christian's much improved from the first time we played them. Metro's playing some of the best volleyball in the country. So we're really looking forward to showing them what we can do in our own house.
Sabrina, another double-double the other night on your birthday. Is that one of those high moments of your career so far? Where does that rank?
Yeah, it's super cool to get that. I mean, it just shows how great our team is, because for a setter to get that, it shows how good our attackers are and our defense and blocking. So the award does go to me, but it also shows how great our team is as a whole for me to get that. So, yeah.
Ty, you got a veteran setter here, and you're a leader of the team now. So much balance. How does it gel with Sabrina personally, and kind of just that connection and knowing that there's so many different players that can terminate?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everyone has like a special relationship with their setter, and for me it's cool because she's also my beach partner, so we've played a lot together in a lot of different scenarios. We've won together on really crazy matches, and we've lost on bad matches, and I think that we have like a relationship that's it's pretty fun. And then I think that it's just nice to have so many different attackers and to like balance you out, like so you're never having like 3 people blocking you or anything. But it's also nice to have like the defense behind everything, because if it gets through the block, like it's probably not like it'll probably get picked up behind you. So it's pretty cool to just have that on every angle.
Coach has talked a lot about this team's defense and how everybody kind of looks at the front row and how dynamic you guys can be. But when you get blocked, it's one of those things where it's like, it's okay because I'm just going to get another chance because our defense is back there. Does that kind of give you the confidence to just keep swinging away?
Yeah, no, it definitely, like, there'll be moments when you feel like you could have touched the ball on the block, or like you barely miss it and you're like, dang it, like, and you think that like you're going to turn around and the ball's going to be on the floor, but then you realize it's up and you're like, oh, keep going. Like there's just a lot of like, it gives you a lot of like motivation to just like bust it off the net and keep going, because you know that like it's probably going to be up whether it should or shouldn't be up. So it's pretty fun, honestly.
Talking about the offense a little bit, this last road stretch, you guys were really killing the ball. I mean, quite literally, you were killing the ball. I mean, how does that, build off the offensively for the defense? Like, how does that kind of just work and mesh together to, help you guys win games?
You want to go?
Yeah, I feel like our offense is doing really well. I have a lot of confidence in every single hitter. There's not one hitter that I feel like if I set them, they're gonna mess up or like do bad. Like I have full confidence in them, and knowing that like we have really good defenders, it just shows like how well our attackers are doing, because they are getting they're getting a kill from a good pass. So it just shows they don't even need to get the kill the first time, because the confidence that we have in our defenders is very high, so we know that we can get the ball back and they can get set again. So
the first match against Metro, both teams were playing incredibly good defense, and then both teams have great attackers. What did everybody kind of learn from the first time you played Metro that maybe, other than service errors, maybe that you can improve on or need to improve on this week?
I think it's just recognizing like what they're doing early and making the adjustment in the first 10 points rather than the last 10 points or something like that. Like I think that just kind of like this like our strategy and stuff, like what we thought, like we didn't really execute what we like planned to, and I think that we didn't make the adjustments that we needed to. And we obviously learn from that, and it's like a combination of offense and like also defense, because if you're not having good defense, there's no way you're going to be able to have good offense, because you can't pass the ball or set the ball. So it's kind of just like if your defense isn't good, your offense isn't going to be good. So I think it's just making those defensive moves like early on, and just kind of like we always talk about, like getting them out of their comfort zone early so they're not gaining confidence as the game goes on, and just kind of like making an adjustment to even just try something new if it's not working. So
What did I learn? Is that what you're asking?
Sure. I mean, and what do you need to improve on or adjust?
no.
Well, I think we just need to play more Maverick volleyball. I think if there's, if we had a 1-2 hour session that everybody would rate as our worst, that would probably be it from the time we started training camp until to today. It just wasn't there, and it just kind of snowballed. I mean, Spitzer was the only one that hit positive. It's just, and I think it just kind of, it just unfortunately just fed off each other. I think we're looking forward to proving that that's not who we were, that we are more balanced. It's not just, we don't have one, we're not a one-trick pony for sure. We have a lot of good attackers, that we are really balanced. And I think, so to me, it's almost like I told them afterwards, we just need to flush this as a one-off. It was an anomaly for who we are. But Metro's a really good team, and usually good teams force that from you. So it's not like we can just show up and assume that we're going to win. We still got to go out there and fight.
I also think it's fun because, like he said, we all played maybe our worst 2 hours ever. But, like, the first 2 sets were still, like, within 4 or 5 points. Like, it's not like we played our worst and we didn't need, like, completely get destroyed. So it's kind of, like, exciting to know that, like, if we just play, like, 2% better, like, the outcome could be a little different. So.
Coach mentioned all season long you guys are professionals. You guys go in there and do the same thing every week at practice. Has there been any kind of talk in the locker room about how big a game this is? Is it just another week as usual?
I mean, we know it's Metro, and we know that they're going to be really good, but we like to take every team kind of the same, as in if we don't play our style of volleyball, any team can really beat us, and same with them. If they don't play their style, then we can beat them. And so we just come into this week knowing that we have to train hard, because it's really one game at a time, one step at a time, and then that'll get us further. But we really came in like having a set like game plan and like things that we knew that we needed to get better with, but we're still going to go into the game knowing that we need to just play Maverick volleyball and not overthink it. So
Yeah, and I think it's like good to know like the pressure's on them. Like we're not second in the country, so it's like we just have to go out there and be ourselves and like let like the plays come and not like force too much, because then it gets kind of out of hand.
And then apologies for the ignorant question, but talk a little bit about the difference between going to Denver and playing here. Is that going to play a factor into the game, not necessarily the game plan, but the night overall?
I mean, it's definitely a lot nicer playing here, because like you don't have to drive all that, and then you're like tired the next day from the bus, and we get to have our fans here and like our supporters here. So I think it will be very nice, like playing at home.
We were 9-1 at home last year for a reason. So.
All right, question of the week. If you could only wear one sneaker for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Probably the right sneaker, because I'm right foot dominant. It said one sneaker.
Good one.
So my left would be probably pretty blistered up, but I'd want it on my right foot.
I know.
Pick like volleyball shoes or something.
Sabrina's is her wedge Pumas.
Yeah, I would wear my wedge Pumas. They give me 2 extra
Oh,
inches.
that was the question.
Those platforms?
They're like, so like the heel has like a little wedge, so then it looks like I'm a little bit taller. And they're white, because I love white shoes, so yeah.
Yeah, I'd say any white shoe. I don't really have a preference.
They used to be white.
Hey, I might get a new pair.
What do you got?
I got any white shoe too. I don't have anything. I don't have anything too crazy. I don't know. I know they made me wear these.